Hey, nerds! It's Geeks of Cascadia. Geeks of Cascadia. Geeks of Cascadia. Exclusive tabletop game podcast for the Pacific Northwest. All levels of gamers. Analog gaming. Tabletop news. Dungeons and Dragons and magic. Stupid, mindless banter.
There will definitely be some. That's probably our best. That's our best feature.
Hey geeks, Blue Samurai here is episode 55. Woo! And I am with
Rebeculous. And I am with.
And I am still Paul. And I am with. Oh, we already did that.
We did.
Okay.
We did.
Did you say your name?
I think. Did I?
This
Maybe
Blue
not.
Samurai.
Blue Samurai right here. This guy.
Is it blue because you're sad?
No, because I'm. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I like the color. I like the
like
color.
Smurfs.
Just like I like this beer, which Paul. I got the same beer you got, Paul.
Yes, and I don't know what beer I got.
Oh, okay.
I have a blah, 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 blah porter.
Yes, it's
somewhere.
a traditional English porter.
Oh, delightful.
No,
Sorry,
stout.
that-
I got a stout. You got a stout.
No, she got a porter. I got a stout. You got a stout.
I got a stout.
Yes,
That's right.
But we don't remember what they are.
And we are here at Around the Table, so thank you, Tim, for letting us podcast in your back room. Appreciate that. Well, folks, we've got a pretty good show for today. We've got a little update on Orcacon, which is coming up. Donna Prior will be on our show. We also have Zucati.
Hal Zucati from Zucati Corp.
That's right. You might have seen their product, or maybe you bought their products, and you're okay with it. You're
Yeah,
cool
they're
with
pretty
it.
cool.
I've got some.
You've got some. Steve
I
has
do.
some.
They're not. It's
The
not
other-
with me, but
other
maybe
Steve
I'll
has
bring it
some.
out the next time. But we do have some news to put out. So, Paul, do we got some con news?
Convention news? You betcha. Coming up very soon in Portland, Oregon is Popcats. And I forgot to turn my iPad on.
How
I'm
cool
sorry,
is that?
everyone.
No, that's
Event
okay.
name.
That's okay.
Popcats.
Oh, I'm
Like
such
Pop
an
Rocks?
While you're doing that,
Or-
I will talk about how
Popcats.
I went to Disneyland. It was
He went
awesome.
to Disneyland and he enjoyed it. I saw some of the pictures. He didn't post very many pictures on the social medias.
Did you get the ears?
I didn't, did I? Oh no, I did on mine, on my
Did you
personal
buy a
one.
lightsaber?
No, it's $200.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Your kids would have been so jealous.
I know.
Look, kids, I got a lightsaber.
That's
What
right,
did
and you
what did
didn't.
you get?
Neener.
So, Popcats is a fun-packed festival fueled by the spirit of cats, pop, and art. You'll love the cat playgrounds, artists, music, photo ops, artisans, brands, workshops, influencers, cat adoptions, and more. A portion of profits benefit participating cat organizations. Don't
you
miss
bring
2
your
days of
cat?
cat fun. I didn't read that far, but we are going to have Kitten Lady Hannah Shaw.
Oh, she looks awesome.
She does look super fun.
I'm
And I
making
am
a bad cat
Masho,
joke right now.
Mashow, the cat rapper. Very
Like he
cool.
wraps up
Cat
cats?
wrapper?
Isn't that
I
cruel?
think he raps about cats.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Yeah.
think you're right.
Yeah, if you bring your cats, do your cats get in free or at a discount?
You know, let's just somebody click participate here. Nope, it doesn't say anything
because
there.
it's misleading.
Uh,
mean-
visiting cats. So that's happening September 28th and 29th
Kitty.
in Portland, Oregon. Oh, guidelines for cat attendees. Cat registration will be on site, so you can bring cats. There's rules, so follow the rules. Read the rules first. But that's going on in Portland.
That is possibly the most awesome con you've ever read about.
Yes, but we haven't talked about
Except
this
for
one yet.
Orcacon. Bring your own orcas.
Also in Portland, Oregon, on October 4th, 5th, and 6th is the HP Lovecraft Film Fest and Cthulhu Con. Boy, I had problems with Lovecraft and not Cthulhu.
Maybe you just have a problem saying the word love.
That's it. I have a problem with love. I'm dead inside. And the guests at the Lovecraft Film Fest are going to be guest of honor Victoria Price, Roger Corman, the director, producer,
Hey.
Richard Stanley, Robert Lloyd Perry. Looks pretty cool.
I do like how you specified Portland, Oregon, so no one headed to Maine.
With someone, maybe we have listeners all over the country and the world.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
They might
I knew
end up
that.
driving to Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
Well, what? I was told there was a convention here. Still Paul said there was a convention here. Where is it? And coming up in the Seattle, Washington, Not the other Seattle, but the one in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
BrickCon. It's the Lego Hobbyist Built display open each October at the Seattle Center.
Bring your own
Looks
brick.
pretty cool. I would really love to go.
I'd actually love to go to that. I feel like I'd be too pushing all the kids out of the way to get to the stuff I want.
Yeah. That's October 5th and 6th. Tickets are on sale now, so check that out. And coming up in January, we've got a little thing called Orcacon. Orcacon is a tabletop game convention that you may have heard us talk about in the past. And it's at the Bellevue Hilton, January 10th, 11th, and 12th in 2020.
And remember, Orcacon spelled backwards is
Knock-a-crow. Knock-a-crow. Definitely. So that's orcacon.org. We have some food trucks that we want to announce that are
food
coming
trucks
for sure. There's Cheyenne Coffee. They were there like in the mornings last year. They're going to be there all day or until their coffee runs out every day because people love that so much. It was super good coffee. Do you remember Beanfish?
Yes.
Yes, Beanfish was good.
Mm-hmm.
These little fish-shaped waffles with yummy Japanese goodness inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very, very good.
That sounds kind of gross.
I think there's Japanese goodness inside Steve.
So there's sushi?
That's
What
right.
were the flavors? I didn't look it
Sushi
up.
waffles. They're delicious.
There's an
they were just
untapped
wonderful.
market right there.
And Little J's Super Dogs, which is going to be there, I think, every one of the days for a little bit. One day, I think, for like 8 hours.
You don't even have
Oh.
to come for the games at
Do you think-
Orcacon. Just come for the
Is it
food
just come
trucks.
for the
Did we
food
get
trucks?
Did they get poke? Poke? There's a poke truck in Seattle. I've seen
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's
I've
not
seen
been
it.
announced. Maybe they're working on that.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe.
you need to wield your influence.
My power. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
I'll
one
have
of our
to do
team
that.
really wants Cheese Wizards, but they're probably not coming.
Oh, cheese wizards.
Cheese Wizards?
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
That's because you don't come to the meetings.
Is it everything cheese? Shaming.
Wait a minute. You didn't go to the last meeting
I
either.
didn't either.
Attendance
And
shaming.
that's what we have going on in con news.
Oh, well, what about tabletop game news?
What about it? Oh, yeah. I have
Yeah,
some.
that's you.
All right.
Earn your money.
That's right.
I'm trying. So there is this game called Free Market. I think there've been some games like it, but this looked kind of nifty and unique. Free Market New York. It's from Kickstarter, or it's on Kickstarter. The girls already met. It is a worker placement and resource management board game. It's from Unique Games Inc. 2 to 5 players. Takes about 90 to 180 minutes. What is that? Hour and a half to.
You're doing math.
I was told
Yeah,
to do
okay.
no
It
math.
takes a while. It is a competitive and strategic board game based on the principles of a free market economy, presented from a humorous and ironic perspective of life, making it both a social and fun game. And I read that
She's
because-
pointing at you.
Right.
So, and why did they feel the need to include "and" a fun game? Are there social games that
Well,
suck?
what if it's not a fun game?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess Truth or Dare.
There's lots of
can
games that
suck.
aren't fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
I've noticed.
So kind of probably figure this out intuitively. You purchase merchandise at auctions, you deliver goods. It's like our work.
Yeah.
Establish partnerships, take over other players' business, capital, etc. Buy low, sell high. Whoever's the most successful business person wins. Really colorful little board and pieces and little tower things like the Empire State and other such things.
Cool.
And then there is a game called GU. Is that how you told me it's pronounced?
GU. Yeah, that's fine.
Jiyu.
Close enough.
There's
Close
a
enough.
picture of it.
Yes.
Okay. So you're of Japanese descent. Do you know what this means? GU.
No,
What does it mean?
but you will tell me.
You don't know what it means? I
No.
thought you told me. Okay.
No.
Well, I have written down here freedom or free will. Free will.
That means
freedom.
Free Willy.
Okay.
So that's what it means. So,
All right.
It is a strategy RPG oriented chess based battlefield. Boom. I thought that was kind of cool.
It's good.
Very cool.
If you play, you're gonna take command of one of 2 clans: the Mighty Samurai. I pretty much picked this game for you, or the villainous
Thank you.
Yakuza. I don't know why I pointed at you for that.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
the tattoos.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's role playing. Actually, there's weapon, action, and movement cards. There's a bit of role playing, and then I tried to find out more about this, but it said there's card-like equipment.
That's interesting.
Not cards,
Card-like
card-like
equipment.
equipment.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
also play it cooperatively by connecting another board map and expanding the battlefield. So that is also on Kickstarter. Has a couple days to go. Looks like they're doing all right. This next game is called The Fox in the Forest Duet. How sweet is that? Can you imagine two little foxes playing in the forest? Because that's exactly what this is. In fact, I was a little confused how you play this. You don't play as opponents. You play together collectively.
Okay,
Yeah. Charles Wright, Renegade Game Studios. Two foxes playing in the forest collecting gems because, foxes
That's what they
collect
do.
gems.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
You're the zoologist in this group, so you know.
Oh, that's right. It's so
you
long
are.
ago that I achieved that. I forgot. So players work together to play tricks, which foxes do, and move through the forest using the character's special abilities. You exchange cards, and you win as a team by collecting all the gems. It's kinda
Okay.
weird.
All
Seems
right.
a little too friendly for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like them.
Another
Do bad
game
things.
I picked for just thought you would think is kind of
Oh, wow.
Curly
Okay.
Foo and the search for fame.
Sure, why not?
Curly Foo and the Search for Fame. It is a tile flipping game by Broad Games. Curly Foo is one of the versions, the variants. This is the detective version. There's a version called Urashima, Far East version. Dark Matter, the horror version. Horror. Spellbreaker is the cyberpunk version.
Wow.
I know. And these are all on Kickstarter. They're all basically the same game, different skins. Easy to learn, area enclosure, tile flipping, grid movement board game for 2 to 4 players. It's developed by Gerard Pearson. Like that?
Wow, that's pretty good.
Well, you had an accent, so you have to pronounce that. There are secret missions, hidden treasures, and unique bonuses, and all those add up to equal high replayability.
Cool.
That's it. 14 days left on Kickstarter. And last but not least, totally caught my eye, Unicorn Fever.
Unicorn Fever.
Because who doesn't love unicorns?
Or having a fever.
It is a tactical betting game where unwitting unicorns and their mindless desire to run on rainbows are exploited by the unscrupulous citizens of the fairy realm for profit and glory. Because that's what we think of when we think of unicorns, profit and glory. So apparently, when there's a rainbow and there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which everyone knows is true and real, apparently unicorns like to race along the rainbow and dive into the pot of gold, which seems painful at the end. They race on it like a racetrack, and all you non-innocent jerks out there can bet on them. And you play cards and roll dice and try and screw over your opponents and try and win the most money on the unicorn. That you can even play a card that will injure a unicorn.
Oh,
So
wow.
that, I know.
That's kind of mean.
I know. And this thing, I don't know if you can see it right here. It's all rainbows and pretty colors.
We'll see if that's doable.
But it's cutthroat. It's cutthroat, man. And let's see. And I was thinking that unicorns are everywhere, right?
Sure, I've seen them all the
And
time.
what else is
Yeah,
what else
right.
is super popular? Zombies.
Coffee.
Zombie this, zombie that. Sorry to say it like that if you like zombies, but I'm
I don't
over
like
it.
zombies.
Why don't they have a zombie unicorn game? Dude,
Why
can you
don't
imagine?
they?
The horn will fall off.
Sure. Maybe
someone
I can have it in our
needs to
D&D
do that.
game.
You could. A
Someone
zombie
needs
unicorn.
to have a zombie unicorn.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Okay.
Write
And
this
that's
down.
that's what I have. This took a week to prepare.
No, that's good. I'm glad you got that. I'll just add 2 new things. New sets and tournament kit for Naruto, the card game. Bandai has announced 2 brand new sets for Naruto card game. So if you're into
Naruto.
Naruto, check it out. Also, Shovel Knight announced for December 2019. So if you like Shovel Knight, it's coming to card gaming with level 99 games. So maybe
Oh,
if you
okay.
Like
Google
Snow Shovel Knight? Or
No.
mud
It's
or
a
dirt? or,
video game.
Yeah, it's a video game.
I don't know things.
Check it. It's on Steam. Do you have a Steam account?
I don't know what
Do you
that
have a
is.
PS4?
I do know what that is. No. I had a PS1. Thank you very much. And that's the last
What were the
PS I
download
ever had.
upload speeds on that?
Well, with that, so gang, what do you think?
I have one more thing I need
go
I
ahead.
forgot to mention a couple
yes,
things that I'm working
please,
on. One,
please.
volunteer applications are live.
Yes.
It's super fun to volunteer. Be a game host, because sit and play games with people. That's what you do.
Right.
And you get paid. Oh, no.
No,
volunteer.
you don't get paid.
You get paid in gratitude.
And a T-shirt. You get a T-shirt, which
You
is really
too,
cool.
buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the early bird special for Orcacon ends October 1st. So you want to make sure to get that done, because on October 1st, the rates are going up.
Yes.
I gotta get my ticket.
And get your room. Or
Definitely get your room. There's rooms left in the block.
Get a room.
And all of this information is available at orcacon.org.
And also, Paul is selling one of his beds and the couch. So if you want to do that, give him a call. If you want
make a little bit of money off this deal.
That's right. So contact
Paul
us.
snores.
If you
Paul snores.
He'll be. You were going to bring your CPAP machine?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, if you like snoring, if you want to visit Paul in his room, then you contact us at Gmail at geeksofcascadia, gmail.com, or tweet us at Geeks of Cascadia, or what else do we got?
We can take a picture and do an Instagram thing at us, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Or Facebook us.
And you
Facebook
could
us.
write on Paul in Sharpie when he's passed out.
And please,
Super fun.
please rate us. Please.
Yes.
Pretty please.
On Facebook.
Yes.
On wherever your podcasts. Apple Podcasts would be great. Anything helps. If we can bump those numbers up, we can do more
Yeah.
stuff. Maybe.
Comment on our YouTubes.
Yeah.
Subscribe, even though, look, let's say you hate us.
Yeah.
Subscribe
can't be
anyway,
possible.
and just don't look at us. As long as we get
subscribe.
lots of subscribes, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
I actually subscribe to a lot of podcasts that I never listen to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Rollies
You're a strange
out of England. I download that every month or whenever it comes out. The last one has some Lynn Hardy on it, so we're probably going to listen to it. But it's a great podcast. There's just so many podcasts. I can't hear them all.
But
But you can download them.
yes, you can download them.
Why don't you just listen
So-
to him while you're at work?
That's frowned upon.
So should we listen to Zucati or maybe Donna? Maybe Donna?
Let's talk to Donna first.
Okay, let's talk to Donna and see what's going on with Orcacon.
Yes.
Hey nerds, Rebeculous here, Geeks of Cascadia. Paul and that guy over
That's me.
there.
Yeah, okay.
We are here with our good friend Donna Prior. She is the executive director of Orcacon. And welcome, Donna. Thanks for spending time with us. You're busy. You're very
I am
lady.
busy. I am busy. I'm actually playing games this weekend, so that's a nice change.
Yes. It's nice that you're in town because you're never in town.
No, I leave Wednesday for Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of work
Yeah.
with your own personal job and helping out with Orcacon, and that is coming up in a few months. So
Yes.
what is,
Yeah.
you got anything new coming up?
A little bit. So we haven't really made a lot of announcements, but we've been able to get some sponsors on board, which is great. So
Cool.
we are. We're going to be able to pay for AV for our dealer's hall. I mean, not our
Okay.
dealer's hall, but our panel room,
Yeah.
which is good on accessibility. You know, that's one of the requests. We've got new vendors coming in this year that it's
Cool.
going to be their first time with us. We had over twice the amount of people apply that we had positions for.
Wow.
So those are going to start going up on the website soon. They've all been notified, and we'll get everybody up there. I've actually put up some of our guests up on the website too.
Cool.
So if you go to orcacon.org and then look for industry guests, you'll see a couple that I have up there. And I'm patiently waiting for some more bios and pictures
Yeah.
of the folks. So we're just kind of rambling on forward here. And we also have some new key volunteer positions open. So
That's right.
if anybody is interested in that kind of thing, I'll have them on the website hopefully this week that are going to be more lead type roles. So we could definitely use that kind of help. But if not, you could just email me at info@orcacon.org.
Okay.
And then I'll hook you up with who needs people.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the industry guests right now. Aaron Bowersock.
Bowersock, yeah.
Okay.
So the cool thing, he's our artist guest of honor, and if you want to see the kind of art he makes, because he's going to do our T-shirt
Oh,
and
cool.
all,
All
if you
right.
can go to Pop Muertos, he does Muertos versions of pop characters. Like Pokemons and Sailor Moon and Wonder Woman and all that kind of stuff. So he's on Instagram, and he's also got a Twitch channel where he does his art on Twitch. So
Cool.
you can watch him live and interact with him that way. And he'll have a
Wow.
booth here too. So
Very
we're
cool.
excited.
And Misha B.
Misha B, yeah,
All right.
from Black Girl Gamer Works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Sarah Guide. I see she's going to be here, which
Yep.
is awesome.
Yep. She runs Nerd Camp in Portland, so she's somebody that you should talk to.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And our good friend Lynn Hardy. We're so excited.
Yay.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I miss Lynn.
Yes.
We love Lynn.
So you can still buy tickets, right? I mean,
Absolutely, yeah. We've still got in October the prices go up, so you probably want to get our early bird rate, which right now is $60 for all 3 days. It's 24/7 gaming.
deal.
Right.
We start on Friday morning and we end on Sunday evening. So we've got that. We've got Play and Win coming back, and all kinds of fun stuff.
Are there going to be food trucks?
Food trucks, yeah, we've already started booking food trucks. One of the things that was great is the people who did the coffee. Is they want to stay until they run out.
That's great.
So they're going to do that. They're going to stay until they run out each day. We're still working on the breakfast trucks. We've already booked some of them, so I'll be putting that on the website soon. But yeah, we're going to. Hannah did a real thing. She's going to stagger them.
Yes.
So it's there's 2 in, and then another 2 in, and then these ones come in, and then they do like that.
Yeah.
But there will be
That's a
4
great
during
idea,
peak hours.
Yes.
So
A lot
she
of
tracked
healthy
all of that
options,
last year.
too.
Yeah.
A lot of options.
So that way we can go vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, halal, kosher, is that we would have all kinds of options for people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I like, and I know your experience now because we're at Dragonflight, is the convenience of being at a hotel.
Yeah.
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 It's just so nice. And of course, we're going to be at the Bellevue Hilton, and
Which is where we are right now.
that's
Yep.
right. And the prices are pretty good. And I think you can still register, right?
Yeah,
For a room?
we've got double queen and single kings for $105 a night.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need to move the executive kings. I need to cross that out because we've
Okay.
sold them all out.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad
Yeah.
days. Well, but you can always show up on the day of, and sometimes there's a cancellation.
Sometimes there's
not all the
cancellation. You can
time.
always check.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so so you can book now. There's free parking, which is always really great too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very important.
And of course, very accessible to the public transit if that's what you want to choose.
And there's overflow parking next door at the red line.
Yeah, that's important.
That's
So we didn't know this last year,
Yes.
but we could use their whole parking lot for overflow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
you
where I
got-
parked
you-
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is where you parked last year.
Rebecca
Yeah.
doesn't care. Rebecca parks where she wants.
I recall there being a bunch of new vehicles
Yes.
in the spots.
Yeah.
We're taking care of that.
And with Blackfish Stouts coming back, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yep.
so cool.
Sailor
So
Spring.
Hannah's going to be working again with the hotel staff here. So we're having those meetings in October to make sure we do the tap takeover, and then there's plenty of cider because that's always been a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is to get lots of cider in here, and we also have the Blackfish Scholarship.
Uh-huh.
So if a badge is too much for you, if it's a hardship, we offer them for marginalized creators. Players, gamers, families. So you can go to the website and fill out the Blackfish Scholarship.
Oh my gosh.
And if you have questions, you can
really
just
neat.
email info@orcacon.org, and I can point you to that and help you out with that.
If you want to do game submissions, I believe you can still do that.
Game submissions are open. Demo tables are open.
Vendors are closed.
Vendors are closed. Yep. And then panels are closed. Panels and workshops are closed.
Do you
Yeah.
know any of the panels that might be coming up?
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah, Tawny DePass is running, so
Okay.
we've kind of transitioned that
Awesome.
over. So we've got a couple on there. Well, okay, so there are a couple I have seen, but I'm not going to tell you about them.
Oh, come on. Well, I just
Well,
love
the
it.
very popular horror panel
Yes.
is coming back.
Okay.
Good.
So that one's definitely coming back. And then our friends, the two Adams from Game to Grow.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I know this guy.
So
Yeah.
they've submitted a talk again. So so that's very, very important that we support them.
I
Yes.
parked
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
absolutely.
wonderful.
You know, it's been great. You know, I've started off with Orcacon from the very beginning, where we thought, oh my goodness, I hope 300 people show up, and then 800 showed up, and we've been growing each time. And the fact that we've got all these panels and we promote diversity and inclusion, and it's been great. It's been a great success.
Yeah, representation is a wonderful thing, and to grow this big, we had over just under 1,300 people for this year.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So we're going to cap it at 14 because of
Alright.
accessibility. We'd
Yeah.
rather
Sure,
cap it
sure.
and make everybody comfortable instead of shoving more and more tables
Yes.
in here. So if you
Right.
can't get around and you can't walk around in here, then there's no use
It's-
just getting more
it's
people
very
because then
problematic, yeah.
the experience level goes
Yeah.
down.
Nobody has any fun if you
Yeah.
can't
yeah,
walk
nobody
through.
has any fun.
Which is basically saying to people out there listening, register now. I mean,
Register
that's
now.
Nice, yeah. The great thing is, there's enough space where you can kind of maneuver around our game rooms, but it's not all full because we've got we use the bottom floor and the second floor, and there's space. I've seen it every year.
Yeah.
There's plenty of space.
Yeah, we have our good friend Joe. He runs through the entire convention with this measuring device, making sure it's
Right.
3.5, 4 feet
Yep.
wide.
Yeah, we try to make sure that there's, especially on the main aisles, where you have wheelchairs can pass each other with a companion or a service animal. So we want to make sure that everybody can move around. Our dealer's hall, we could shove more people into that room,
Yeah.
but we'd rather, give everybody their space.
Yes.
And because if you can't get in to see what somebody has at their table, and you can't reach everything, you can't talk to a person. And then we also have those requirements for people who are vending in there, who want to set up something that requires a physical interaction. Then we just don't like that. So.
Yeah.
And what I really like is the fact that you don't have to be intimidated with the game. You can go in there, and we got game hosts. We got our volunteers that sit down with you and teach you how to do the game. We got a really good games library. By the way, speaking of volunteers, is there still opportunities to volunteer?
Oh yeah, lots.
That was
lots.
a segue, by the way.
Chip is working on. She'll have the applications up. Just general application up in October.
Okay.
But if you're interested in volunteering now, especially being part of the planning committee, and all the volunteers that help us kind of year round and come to our meetings, then you could just email me and then I'll get it over to Chip.
Cool.
All right. Well, I think that's a great update. Is there anything else before we sign off here?
I don't think so. That sounds good.
Not really.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited too.
I know. I'm
No,
so
it's
excited.
good
That's the
fun.
nice
It's
thing
good
about
fun.
being here in the hotel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't wait till we do this with this and this with that. And I want this and this and this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have to love the people here have been really great. The
Yes,
hotel.
they really have.
Yeah,
have been.
we checked into our room and we had inflatable orcas in our bathtub, and they put little plush orcas on our bed. So yeah, they've been really good. They love our con and they love our business here. And
You should put a real orca in your bathtub.
that would be difficult.
Yes.
We might put some floaties out in the pool though.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We have it in our contract. It's actually in our contract that the jacuzzi is open.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the pool's not open, but the jacuzzi is
Okay,
open for
cool.
Orcacon.
We can play games in the jacuzzi, maybe?
Well, you could if you
want.
had water
Waterproof-
games.
waterproof
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
All right.
levels.
Well,
New levels
then
of gameplay.
hopefully we will see you and you, the listener and viewers out there, at the hot tub jacuzzi where we'll play some water-based game. I
I don't know.
Steve will be there. In his
Steve will be
Speedos.
there. We'll put all the
That's right.
inflatable.
I'll be in a Speedo. That's exactly.
We could get you an Orcacon print Speedo.
All right. Well, we'll see if that happens. All right. Thanks a lot, Donna.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
Donna. She's badass. She's here to stay. It's Donna. Woo! Is that what you were looking for? Right there.
That works.
Yeah, that's
She's so
great.
cool.
That's good.
Yeah,
She's
I
awesome.
like that. She's
I like her.
awesome.
A lot of good updates to Orcacon. It's going to be another great
It's
convention.
gonna be. Totally. Donna's always fun to talk to.
Well,
Donna's
she's
like,
willing to talk to us.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
good.
she is our friend.
this is a really stupid question, but she created Orcacon, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
much. I mean,
right,
with
yeah.
help from other people who are
Yeah.
very
Well,
skilled.
sure, for sure.
But the
Okay.
idea is hers.
I knew that,
The
and I've
direction
never
and
wanted to
everything is
ask her
hers.
because
Five
I should
original
know.
founders in there, and yeah.
Cool.
Actually, Donna and I, we were playing a game. We just kind of went, "Hey, let's do this."
You putting yourself in there?
I am.
Wow.
Well, he
Thank
said,
you.
hey, he said, hey, we should do this. She said, okay, but we're doing it my way.
Yes.
But that might have been in
And-
the interview.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's the brains of the operation.
You
Yeah,
got
she's
enough
the
on
brain.
your
There's
plate.
no way that I can come up with this convention. I mean,
She's a little smarty
done-
boots.
Well, she's done
Isn't she?
conventions in the past.
Done conventions. Wow, man.
Yeah.
They're hard.
I
Yes.
know. I know.
They're
I'm
horribly hard.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I meant that.
There's a
in
lot that can go wrong.
I
Yeah,
can't even
yeah.
throw like a party at my own house and have it come out well.
Can't even remember to bring your wallet here.
I can't
Other
even
people
remember
got
to bring
buy
my
your
wallet.
beer. Yeah, that's right. That's you.
Did I really forget my wallet?
Did she? Who knows? Does this happen every week? Who knows?
Well, we still have more of a show for you.
We do.
Let's go.
Burlesque?
No,
Song and dance?
no. We're
What
going to do a
else
game
is
review
there?
of lap dance. No, we're not going to do that. One of these days, somebody's going to do that.
We should
maybe
do.
Not us.
We
Have
we
should
checked?
do
Maybe somebody
a
has.
wrong podcast and do
fact,
like the Hitler game
Yeah,
and
I
the
see
lap
the game
dance
right
game.
over there, actually.
Game? Lap dance?
That's right.
Yes.
If someone should do a review of that and email us the
The
review.
boss just fired the manager of his most prestigious strip club and is now looking for a new one.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
From
You should wear your hair like that.
Cartipia Games. I do wear my hair like that.
Well,
actually.
since we don't have that game review, why don't we check out what Zucati is doing?
How many
Talk to
lap
Hal.
dances have you had?
0. All right, with that, let's hear what Hal has to say. Hey geeks, we got Hal Zucati with us, and that last name, does that sound familiar to you? Probably does, because you probably have some of his products. We've got right here, this dice box and another dice box right here. Hal, I've been wanting to interview you actually a couple of times. It's like finally I got the courage to do it actually.
Cool.
Love your products. Let's talk about that. I mean, typically we have game designers here and game developers. We don't have people that do accessories, but that's kind of what you do.
Yeah.
And it's an important part of gaming.
Well, you got to have dice.
You gotta have dice. That's true. We're always buying a lot of dice.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
Hal, talk to us about your company and what you do.
Sure. Zucati Corp started around 2016. We saw a gap in the market for high-quality accessories and gaming dice. And there were a few companies making things, but we saw some areas where we could maybe introduce new products and ways to improve people's gaming experience. And so we started out with a very basic rolling tray we called the Dice Base Zero, which was basically a rolling surface with little indents around it to put your dice. We made it out of cedar, and we made, I think, several hundred of them, sold them on Kickstarter. And from there, we expanded into more complex designs, into dice, into DM screens, and all sorts of things for role-playing and tabletop games and transportation. So we want to enable people to have all of their stuff with them in a clean, easy way that they can access and play with that looks good and makes them feel at ease in their gaming session.
Right. You know, I used to carry it in a dice bag.
Yeah.
But what's great about your product is, hey, it's also a rolling surface. Right?
Yes. Sure.
My dice doesn't go flying out.
Yeah. Well, that was what happened during our time in development as we progressed through, our various stages, is we saw that gem dice were introduced into the market and metal dice were introduced. Gem and metal dice in a dice bag is chipped and dented dice.
Yeah.
And so what we tried to do is introduce products that allow you to separate the dice. Our Dice Base 1 product was a large rectangular dice vault with just 7 individual pockets, very simple design, but it allows you to store your expensive dice and keep them from touching each other during transport. So you could open it, use it, put them back together without any damage to your dice or anything you were transporting them into.
And you told me that when you buy your product, you actually you roll well. Is that true?
It's possible. It's possible that our product can improve your rolling. We don't guarantee it, but we do put love into everything we do, so you never know.
I do well when I'm a player.
Yes.
As a DM, I don't know why,
He's
but
terrible.
my die rolls suck.
Terrible.
Which, of course, the
It's
players
great.
love.
It's
They
hilarious.
think it's great.
Well, we'd love to help you with that in any way we can.
So, a lot of people that do this, game designers and folks like yourself, it wasn't like you just got into this and you did really well. And we were talking along here on the way over here. You actually kind of struggled a little bit, right? So talk about that. So you had a different job and you kind of put your toe in there and took a risk, right? Trying to get in this.
Up until about 2014, I worked for a large software company local to the area for about 15 years.
Right.
And in 2014, there was some restructuring, and I was part of that restructuring movement, really.
Okay.
And so from there on, we moved into, I first started making knives, throwing knives, because that was a passion of mine.
Okay.
As it turns out, making weapons has its own set of disadvantages, and we ended up having some trouble with exporting and the wrong sort of people buying our product, and I didn't really feel good about selling something that could end up in the wrong hands and be used for the things we didn't want them used for.
Sure.
And so we stopped that business and then looked at what else we might be able to do. At that time, the game accessory market was still fairly limited. There were a few companies doing a few things, but there really wasn't any comprehensive offering that would allow a player and the organizer of a game master or a tabletop player or anybody even playing Monopoly, somebody handling the bank, to actually play and transport all the sort of things they would want during their game in a stylish way. And so we started out by picking something we thought might be the most handy, which at the time was a way to roll your dice without denting your table. And that was our first product, the Dice Base Zero, the rolling surface. Then it became an issue of, okay, how do you transport the dice without damaging things? So a lot of our initial thoughts were, how do you get your expensive stuff from point A to point B without breaking it, damaging it, or anything else around it? And initially, we tried a bunch of different designs that didn't work.
This is all in your garage. Probably,
Well,
right?
Well, it started in the garage with just a very basic a router and a drill press. And we've discovered very soon that doing parts by hand was not the way to go for large-scale production. Anything over one part is large-scale in our experience. And we started with Kickstarter making parts, and we were ending up having hundreds of backers buying our stuff and then having to produce these things.
Right. So the Kickstarter went well, and you're like, oh crap, I gotta make it all.
Yeah, we did a number of Kickstarters. We're up to 27 now, and everything was going along really well. and I developed sleep apnea. During the late part of 2017, it progressed to 2018. It got really bad.
You got a CPAP machine now?
CPAP machine now. I'm on the mend,
Okay.
but the last 4 wood products we're still producing because of that. I lost a bunch of time for that.
Right.
So
and I'm sure it's really stressful too.
it can be. It can be. Well, the product manufacturing process and designing is really fun. I really love doing it. That's why I keep doing it. And it's starting to become profitable for us. So with any business, it takes a few years to grow and to get into something that you can make money on. So we're at the point now where we have some name recognition. People are coming to see us specifically at conventions. Right. People are ordering custom pieces from us specifically. And we have pretty much all the right equipment to do whatever we need to do. Cool. So we started off with a little tiny home-based CNC unit, and we've expanded into 2 large industrial machines, several drill presses, planers, table saws, band saws, big stuff.
Not at the home anymore. Right?
Well, still at the home, and we've made peace with our neighbors, thank goodness. Okay. We had a little bit of a rough patch with them, but we've ironed all that out. So yeah, right now we are at the point where the next stage for us is going to be to go external and get a bigger shop or build something for us custom, because we're sort of at the limit of what we can do. Yeah. So future growth is going to mean hiring employees and expanding out, and that's where we're at now.
And what cons have you been to? And you do this a lot, do a lot of cons?
We started in conventions in around 2016. Dragonflight was one of our first ones. We did Dragonflight, Orcacon. We got into Comic-Con a couple of years. Comic-Con last year, Comic-Con the year before, here in Seattle, Emerald City. And then we're looking at Gen Con. That's kind of where I think maybe for us might be a good big stretch, but it's in Indiana, so it's a long way away.
It is.
We know some folks who do conventions year-round, level up dice folks who that's what they do all year. They go to 40-plus conventions. They have pallets of stuff and crews of people, and right now it's just me, and my son goes to college, so he's only helping part-time. Sure. So we're not quite to the point where we're ready to go palletized and big scale and to spend all of our year away from home, but it's sort of it's a really nice position right now because we can stay where we are in Maple Valley. We can expand fairly well and contract in our current situation. We have very low overhead, and we have a really good setup of machinery and product lines that covers everything from a small-time player all the way up to a game master or a tabletop user or whatever.
So you got a lot of products, not just dice holders, but I've seen you did something. If you're going down to Disneyland with that, which I'm going to do, get a lightsaber. He's got a really nice box. He's created. You've got dice towers, I believe.
Yep, several types of dice towers.
What else am I missing? I think you said DM screen, right?
We have a GM screen set up. Yeah, a GM, DM screen. Okay. Licensing sometimes they don't like to use DM.
Oh yeah. Okay,
but what we've done is we've tried to expand into. We do some wooden swords. We do some wooden wands that have magnetic tips and vials in the hilt, so you can put different things in there.
Cool.
We do. We've started subcontracting some stuffed animal stuff for Star Wars type merchandise. Like I say, the lightsaber cases and backstory. We've created sort of a master kit of things for a product that existed, and we've expanded on that and created sort of a large.
So Disney, if you should get this guy.
I'm not sure we're in the right production zone. They want thousands of stuff. But we've tried to sort of look at the market, see what's hot, stay with the trends, and then produce things that people will want that will actually help them rather than just be another piece of wood in their collection. So,
What do you got in store next? What's your
next thing? What we've been trying to put together for years is an all-inclusive system that will include everything you'd want that will store and pack compactly. And right now, our GM screen is the closest thing we have to that. Okay. Beyond that, we'd like it to be a little more modular, a little more flexible, a little bigger even, that allows you to store your books. The books are the hardest part because they're heavy, they're bulky. If you're going to store them and add value, you need to protect them as well as not add a whole bunch of bulk.
True. A lot of people are going to D&D Beyond and all online
stuff absolutely.
Too.
And
sometimes it's nice.
Attending game sessions, I've watched my game master, and he'll pull out 4 or 5 different books and a bunch of leaflets and a bunch of stuff, and it just gets spread everywhere, and it's on the floor, and it goes on the table. And what I'd love is something that during the game they could organize it, almost like a file system, so that you could have something simple and clean. You can pull and put back your stuff, keep it all neat and tidy. It's a hard question to solve with wood because wood's naturally dense and heavy itself, and to have the strength and the thinness and all this other stuff. So so we're looking at an inclusive solution, but right now we're finishing our Kickstarters. We're catching up with all of our current orders. Within the next year, we should be all done with that. And we have one more thing that we're introducing, which is a new line of dice, our Perfect Plastic version 3 dice, which has custom geometry, custom proportion, and custom fonts, and everything is designed by us to be easy to read at any distance, at any angle.
So you design the dice and the wood products too. So you do both. Okay.
Designing dice, polyhedrals have been around forever. Honestly, what we've done is tweak the proportions proportion and the geometry to allow it to feel similar in the hand from die to die, be the right weight and density, and then be easy to rate and easy to play with while still being cool colors and cool combinations of it. So, yeah.
Cool.
We're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
sure,
We're
yeah.
just trying to make it smoother.
So,
Yeah.
curious. There used to be Geek Chic. They went out of business.
Oh, it's too bad.
Is that something you're thinking? Maybe that's the
In-
next thing.
well,
maybe tables.
What we've seen over the time that we've been doing this, Geek Chic had a huge amount of popularity. They sold their tables for a good amount of money, and they went out of business after millions of dollars of sales.
Yeah.
We interviewed him.
I actually applied for a job there after the restructuring.
Oh,
I
okay.
went up to, I think it was Everett or wherever they were based,
Yeah.
and went to their shop and applied in person and saw their facility, which was very extensive. They had a really huge array of machines. But what I saw is that it took so much effort to get the tables created, you honestly couldn't even charge enough to make money, and that was their problem.
Yeah.
From what I saw, they were selling their tables for a ton of money, but it wasn't enough money, because they were doing really nice custom work. I mean, their stuff was beautiful.
Right.
Another company, Wormwood, has gotten into tables as well, and
I saw that.
they have one table instead of 15 table designs.
Right.
There's a number of other companies that are into the furniture market, but when you talk about furniture, you're now competing with all a multinational array of companies who are good at cheap furniture.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not a simple equation,
It's
because
definitely a niche market.
it's a lot of wood, it's
yeah.
a lot of work, and to do it right, it takes a lot of time. And you have to have big machines with large amounts of space, good ventilation. So making furniture is not like making dice trays. You just can't do the same things. So are we going to expand into furniture? Not where we're at. If we were going to do something, maybe this is tipping my hand a bit, but what we would do is something incredibly simple. It would almost look more like your standard dining room table with things that existed out of sight.
Okay.
Rather than an obvious gaming table with a recession or a hideaway thing, it would just be something easy, simple, transportable. You could take the legs off it, move it through the door easily.
Like gaming TV tray.
Something just, it did exactly what you wanted, but it didn't have to be only a gaming table.
Right.
You didn't have to dedicate a room in your house to it. So if we were going to do it, that's what we would do. Something simple.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Hal, for coming on the show. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank
I've been
you.
wanting to interview you for a long time.
Well, cool. Thank you.
All right. Well, good luck.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Thank you so much.
All right. Oh, before we go,
Yeah.
how do we get a hold of you?
Yes.
What's your website, socials, all that kind of stuff?
ZucatiCorp.com is our website. Hal at ZucatiCorp.com is probably the best way to catch us.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks a
All
lot.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So cool talking to Hal from Zucati Corp. Here's an example right here
Here's
for
one
those
right
of you
here.
watching.
I have for those listening, I'm putting up my dice box, a nice wooden dice box, and
Magnetic.
I love it. Yeah, it's magnetic, and you can check out our YouTube. It's pretty cool. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's very cool. And
Intricately
I love
carved.
woodworking. I come from a long line of woodworkers. My great grandfather ran a wagon.
Jesus? Oh.
Yes, and he also in Walla Walla ran a wagon and automobile factory or shop where they built or customized or fixed wagons and early automobiles because they were of course made of wood.
Okay, that's good. That's far thinking, because
Yeah.
it's like, man, if once all the wagons go away, he can continue
Exactly.
with his automotive business.
Exactly.
Gosh,
Because they're always going to be made of wood, right?
exactly.
Yes.
My Ford Focus is made of balsa wood.
Wagons are never going to go away. We're going to use up all the natural resources, and we're going to be going back to wagons.
It's always nice to kind of talk to
Guarantee
those, Yes.
Sorry, go on.
No. I was going to say it's nice to be able to talk to those kind of small business owners and locally who are doing kind of providing these products. We talked to a couple of them at Dragonflight, so that's pretty cool. You'll get more interviews coming up in the future, I think.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No,
Is
it's
everything
like-
else?
Is Zucati like a star set a star?
It might be, but it's his name.
Constellation. Well, I know that.
Okay.
But it's got this constellation.
I mean, his
Blazoned
logo
on the
His
front.
logo. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Good question.
You guys watching anything cool on TV? Like maybe the Dark Crystal series?
I haven't seen that. Have you seen it?
I've seen some of it.
What do you think?
My wife is watching it. It's kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of puppeteering things.
Of
but
Muppets?
my wife is, and she absolutely loves it. And some of it looks great.
I've seen The Boys. I've watched a couple
Boys is
episodes.
great.
Very good.
It's a little upsetting.
Well, yeah, it's a little upsetting.
The parts are a little upsetting. So if you're upset by bad things happening to people, don't watch that show.
Well, don't watch many shows if you're upset by bad things
Are
happening.
you guys watching Pennyworth?
No, I have not.
Pennyworth.
I've heard of that.
Pennyworth, I watched 2 episodes. It's very cool. It's Alfred Pennyworth.
Keep bringing it closer. I'd like to sit here.
Before he became Batman's butler. He was like 28. He's like a special ops dude. Very cool.
Oh, I thought it was a story about him going through butler school, learning how to mix
Well, I thought that's why I
and
started
stuff.
watching it, because he was learning how to chop, make a Caesar salad,
Cucumber sandwiches.
cucumber sandwiches, stuff like that.
Yes.
As you guys haven't watched anything, have you watched Samurai Gourmet?
No.
Oh, it's on
Really?
Netflix. It's
I know.
a great show. This older gentleman in Japan. It's in Japanese, so you have to read. But he retires. He doesn't know what to do with his life, so he just starts going out to lunch and experiencing the world. And he has these weird kind of samurai fantasy things that happen. It's super cool. Samurai Gourmet. It makes you feel good.
Makes you feel like you want to retire and
Yes.
go
and
just
you
have
go
lunch.
have lunch once in a while. It's like, what's better than that?
Perfect. Well, we've got something going on, right? We're gonna go in our D&D game. I
Oh,
think.
is it D&D night?
It is D&D
Oh, I forgot my
night.
stuff.
Oh, I forgot to.
No, you
Oh,
didn't. Did
darn
you get
it.
your survey?
I brought my survey last week.
Oh, boo.
I brought my survey. It's still not filled out, but I brought it.
Did you give us a new survey?
Oh, you had a D&D game
I did.
last week.
All my
right?
players are level 6 and have magic items. It's
Oh, you going to
fantastic.
do a review of the actual module?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
But the starter set, it's
Yeah.
like 6 years old.
We
So-
can make it
White Plume
interesting.
Mountain is like 20,
Well, yeah.
20 years
Well,
old.
I guess we
30 years.
could,
Actually, it's
'cause
a lot more than that. It's
So what
like
I'm doing is
1970s.
what we do is when I DM, is when we have very few players. So I took the new set, the Essentials kit, and the rules for the sidekicks and the sidekick cards, and I'm using that to run whoever can show up for D&D through the Phandalin adventure and the Phandelver or whatever it is. Lost Minds of Phandelver, I guess is what it is, in the starter set. And so whoever shows up, and we play through that. And it's fast and loose, very fun.
Well, we should do a review
Sure,
of
we
it,
can,
man.
we can
Why
talk
not?
about it. You can
Yeah.
grill, well, let me get one more session in sometime.
Okay.
You can grill me on what it's like to DM for the first time.
Oh, there you go. Maybe you can give pointers to people who haven't DM'd yet.
Yeah, or people who have and don't give enough magic items.
Wow. I almost feel like that's directed at me. Wow. Okay. Well, with that, I think we're going to sign off now.
Awkward.
Because I have a party to kill.
That's right.
So with that, embrace the nerd, and I hope you make that saving throw. Oh.